Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony, and welcome to Keep the Change. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the anatomy of a coin, kind of the different components that make up what is a coin. And so, what we are going to do is we're going to look at this $50, and we're going to first talk about kind of the three main sides to a coin. All coins actually have three sides to them. They have the obverse, which is also known as the front or the heads of a coin, the reverse or the tails, the back of the coin, and the third side is actually the edge of a coin. Here are a few examples of the different types of edges that a coin can have. On the bottom here, this is just a standard Jefferson nickel, and it has what's called a plain edge. So there's no design, no extra work on the edge of this coin. And as you can see in this particular case, it has some details such as the date, the mint mark, a little bit of graphic work. There's a little star there, as well as a motto. And in this case, you can see it has what's called a reeded edge. And these are basically just these little grooves all along it. And that's to help identify the coin and change when you can't really see it. The next two examples, these are foreign coins. This one is an example of both a reeded and plain edge. And then the next one, this is an example of a reeded edge with text. So this is a Kennedy $50, and I'm going to use this to kind of go over some of the components of what you're going to see on essentially all coins. The first thing you're going to notice on coins is this kind of border around it. This is called the rim. And what this is basically a little wall to help protect all the elements inside of the coin. Some coins, once they've been worn down quite a bit, you might not even see that rim. It could just be worn away completely. And that's going to appear both on the obverse and reverse of the coin. The next major elements are what we call the relief. And the relief is anything that comes up from the base of the coin. So this base, it's called the field. It's basically where there's no elements, there's no graphics, there's no pictures. Everything else is relief. So the portrait, all the lettering, the date, any mint marks, this motto, that's all part of the relief. It's coming up from the field. We also have the portrait. The portrait in this case is an actual portrait. And sometimes it'll be a historical figure, sometimes it'll just be a character like Liberty, or sometimes it'll just be objects like buildings. Could be anything, but that's basically your portrait. After the portrait, we have what's called the legend. And the legend is essentially all of the text, all of the characters, so all the numbers and all the letters written on the coin. Your date, the inscription, which are generally just single words such as Liberty, United States of America, and mottos such as In God We Trust, and the mint mark, which is where the coin was made. On the reverse, you're going to see many of those same elements. So again, we have the rim, we have all of our relief. Specifically here in the middle, we have our portrait of the eagle, holding the olive branch and some arrows, shield, wings. We've also got our legend, which includes this inscription, United States of America, also the inscription $50, as well as all of these little artistic elements, these little stars that go around it. So those are all of the elements that make up the anatomy of coins. I wanted to leave you with a little bit of fun coin trivia. How many pennies has the U.S. Mint produced? 1 million? A billion? A trillion? Well, the answer is actually pretty surprising. It is 0. The U.S. Mint doesn't make pennies. It makes cents. We have been calling cents pennies for as long as we've been making them. And we've done that because England used the penny, and that's just kind of a term that we have adopted, and so we still use it. And with that, I want to wish you all a happy collecting, and I will see you next time on Keep the Change.